Horizon Tower. In the city of Darnley, high-rise estates loomed like forgotten sentinels. One such place, Horizon Tower, once promised a better life after the war, but now it stood like a mausoleum of faded dreams. It had become a refuge for drifters, addicts, and dealers, those with nowhere else to go. Renovation plans were underway, but like many other towers, Horizon was stubborn to die. Residents clung to their units like lifeboats, even as the building's insides rotted. Then came the incident that would cement its legacy in infamy. One rainy evening, a young woman named Layla sprinted through the dark alleyways of Darnley, a satchel clutched to her chest. Behind her, footsteps echoed, two masked men chasing her with cruel intent. Desperate for shelter, Layla darted into Horizon Tower, panting and soaked. The lobby lights flickered. She pressed the elevator button in vain, then raced up the crumbling stairwell. Each door she passed was met with silence. Some residents peeked out only to slam shut again. On the 14th floor, her luck ran out. The men caught her, knocking her to the ground. The beating was swift and savage. Her screams echoed unanswered, until Nora, a widowed nurse, dared to open her door. Nora grabbed her phone, but emergency lines were flooded. The attackers turned to her, enraged by the interruption. They beat her too, only stopping when Layla tried to crawl away. The men dragged her off, disappearing into the shadows. By morning, her body was found in the stairwell, broken, cold. Nora told the police she saw nothing. She lied to protect herself and her son. Detective Iwan arrived that afternoon, convinced the building knew the truth. He offered protection in exchange for cooperation. No one stepped forward. Iwan left, furious and helpless. Weeks passed. The building adjusted to silence, until Horizon cracked again. A boy named Milo, no older than 13, knocked on doors one night, begging for help. He claimed someone was following him, but most residents turned him away. Some turned up their TV volume. One man shouted at him to get lost. Only Elias, a former teacher, let him in. He made Milo tea and tried calling for help, but the phone lines were dead. Just then, the apartment window shattered with a loud crack, and a bullet whizzed past their heads. They dove to the ground. Elias crawled toward the hallway and peered through the peephole. More gunshots rang out, directed not just at Elias's door, but all down the hallway. It wasn't a random attack. It was targeted. Controlled. Precise. Panic erupted. Tenants ran out of their flats and met in the corridor. Phones were useless, signal jammed, internet gone. Windows were death traps. Nora patched Elias's bleeding arm while the others argued over what to do. A man named Theo suggested the back exit, but it was welded shut during a past burglary scare. Someone remembered the rooftop, but the access door was chained and locked. Yara, a university dropout with a rebellious streak, offered to climb out the window and scale toward the next building. The others tried to stop her, but she insisted. She tied rope from bedsheets and started her climb. For a moment, it seemed to be working. Then came the sharp echo of a shot, and her scream. Her body dangled for seconds before falling. Silence reclaimed the building. The sniper wasn't acting randomly. He, or they, knew the building, knew its blind spots, knew who lived where. Someone suggested this wasn't just a siege. It was punishment. Milo, shaking, confessed he had stolen something. A flash drive, from an apartment in the tower. He'd heard the resident was a retired data analyst who died mysteriously. The drive contained something strange, videos, logs, maybe evidence. Milo didn't understand it. He only wanted to sell it. And now someone wanted it back. Tension spiked. The group blamed Milo. Some wanted to give him up. Nora and Elias defended him. Arguments turned violent. A man named Calvin pulled a knife, demanding the drive. In the chaos, Milo dropped it, and it shattered. Despair fell like a blanket. Then came the posters. Dozens appeared on walls overnight, taped neatly, printed cleanly, marked with eerie emoticons. No one knew who placed them. But the message was clear. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. One by one, the guilty started dying. A woman who once refused to testify against a murderer in court was found hanging from a window by morning. A man who beat his partner regularly vanished without a sound. Bloodstains told the story his mouth never would. Residents stopped sleeping. They started confessing to each other in whispers. Past sins came spilling out. People begged forgiveness. Some locked themselves in their flats, hoping repentance would save them. Nora discovered a hidden camera behind her bathroom mirror. Elias found wires beneath his floorboards. Bugs, probably. Someone had been listening for weeks. Months, maybe. Theories bloomed. Government experiment, rogue military unit, a vigilante cult. Then, during a blackout, a woman named Marina turned on her flashlight and saw a shadow move across her window. The sniper was inside now. The last floors became battlegrounds, survivors booby-trapped hallways. They armed themselves with kitchen knives, poles, broken glass. Every noise became suspect. Marina tried using her laptop battery to send a signal, but the second she lifted it near the window, a shot tore through her shoulder. She bled out while whispering a prayer. Elias, desperate, suggested they fake a fire, smoke out the sniper. They lit mattresses and pushed them down the stairwell. The fire spread too quickly. Smoke began choking them all. Theo ran into the smoke, trying to find a way down, but never returned. It was Milo who found the bolt cutters. He and Nora pried open the rooftop door, dodging bullets. The wind was fierce. The street looked so far away. Down below, sirens finally started wailing, but not toward them. Toward a car crash on the other side of Darnley. The sniper was still in control. Suddenly, Milo saw something glinting by the opposite rooftop. A reflection, a scope. It moved. He screamed, but it was too late. A bullet found his leg. Elias pulled him back, using himself as a shield. Another shot. Blood sprayed. Elias collapsed. Nora dragged Milo inside, weeping. The building was nearly empty now. Only 6 remained. Calvin, bruised and paranoid, tried to take command. He demanded Nora hand over any medicine, any food. When she refused, he struck her. Milo grabbed a kitchen knife and stabbed Calvin in the leg. The others tied him up. They were beyond trust now. That night, the building groaned with fire damage. Cracks lined the walls, water pipes burst. It was becoming a tomb. But the killer wasn't done. He walked the halls now, wearing a police vest. Nora and Milo saw him through a peephole. He moved with confidence, silent, swift. It was Detective Juan. He'd orchestrated it all. The failed calls, the blocked doors, the emoticons. His goal, justice. Cleansing. He called it the trial of the unheard. In his eyes, the building was guilty. It had harbored crime, refused cooperation, ignored cries for help. He'd become judge, jury, and executioner. Milo wanted to kill him. Nora wanted to expose him. They set a trap. Using Elias's old radio parts, they rigged a false broadcast. Police chatter, suggesting backup was on its way. They hid the speaker near the stairwell. When Ewan came to destroy it, they lured him into a room lined with gas. Milo lit a match. It didn't kill Iwan, but it blinded him. Nora grabbed the dropped gun and shot him in the knee. He collapsed, howling. They dragged him to the lobby. The fire had reached the mid-levels now. The walls were cracking. The final 3, Nora, Milo, and the still-tied Calvin, made their way down the flooded elevator shaft. Smoke followed them like a curse. Outside, dawn began to break. Nora and Milo burst from the building's side exit just as it exploded behind them. Flames lit the sky. They collapsed on the grass, coughing, crying, alive. Calvin never made it out. Later that day, the media would say it was a gas leak, an accident. The developers washed their hands of Horizon Tower. But the truth lived on, in 2 scarred survivors, and a flash drive buried beneath the ash.